So you can decide between starting a business or your 9-to-5 job. That's actually a big choice and it will change your life. Today we're going to dig into the pros and the cons of both, and I will give you the facts you need to make a smart decision. So if you want to make money and figure out your next steps, this is the video for you. Hey guys, this is Shaq from the Assets Corner, your reliable source of financial freedom and wealth building strategies. So now that we got that down, let's jump into the entrepreneurship path. Entrepreneurship is a world filled with promise, potential, and power. As an entrepreneur, you get to make the rules, decide the course, and hopefully get the rewards. That is something super nice from bringing your ideas to life. From a mere concept you might have, like an idea, to actually bringing the business to a functional profit-making enterprise. But this entrepreneurial journey is also filled with challenges. Starting a business involves significant risks. You will have to invest a lot of money, you will have to work a lot, and if you fail, then it will hurt a lot. And it be mostly on you. As an entrepreneur, there will be a lot of uncertainty and you will have to make tough decisions, and often the stress is all yours. Moreover, where the potential for earnings is there, it doesn't come instantly. Most of the business don't turn profits for months or even years, and there is no warranties. If you want to go this path, you will have to learn a lot because, face it, you are not an expert. You will have to learn a lot about marketing, value creation, sales, value delivery, and of course finances. So if you are doing this to work less, then you are wrong. It's actually going to be more stressful than your 9-to-5, and believe me, whoever says you the opposite, like getting 5K per day without much effort and instantly, they are either wrong or they want your money. Based on the Bureau of Labor statistics, approximately 20% of the new business fail during the first 2 years of being open, 45% during the first 5 years, and 65% during the first 10 years. Only 25% of the businesses make it to 15 years or more. However, like everything in life, the higher the risk, the higher the return. And if you execute well, you will be millionaire. You will have freedom because you are your own boss. You will have flexibility. You could work from everywhere you want. And when you do something great, that'd be amazing because the accomplishment feeling is unbelievable. And of course, you will learn a lot of stuff that you don't know yet, and you can learn even if you go to an MBA. But on the other end of the spectrum, you have traditional employment. With this path, you are part of an established organization, contributing your skills and talents toward a larger goal. As an employee, you enjoy security of a paycheck, meaning you will get every month what you think you will get. You will have a team, and with colleagues, new experience, and even friends. And even if you don't have the broad learning for entrepreneurship, you have the opportunity to specialize in one thing and get really good at it. Employment also offers a clear career trajectory. You can climb the corporate ladder and become whatever you want. You can increase responsibilities if you want, and being an employee doesn't mean you will be poor. You can boost your earnings potential along the way, and sometimes this is even more lucrative than if you have your own company. Plus, employment comes with benefits like health insurance, paid leave, and retirement plans. And there is the misconception that flexibility just comes if you are the boss of your company. That's wrong because there are jobs where you can just work from home or from wherever you like. For example, since I finished my university degree, I have been working remotely. But yeah, being an employee has also its limitations. Sometimes you don't have the autonomy you wish to have, above all in the beginning. There is a limit control over your work because you always have a boss who tells you what to do. And if this person is brilliant, that would be awesome because you learn a lot. But if this person is a dick or incompetent, you will suffer a lot. And depending on the job market, there is a ceiling on your earnings. Even if you work in the private equity sector, there is a limit at some point because you're working for someone else. And yeah, as much freedom as you get, there are office policies, schedules, and a ton of deadlines. As you can see, both paths have pros and cons. In the end, the decision between entrepreneurship and employment is personal, and it is not about which path is objectively better, but rather which better suits your goals, your circumstance, and you as a person. So are you a risk taker who values independence and is willing to trade financial stability for potential earnings? If so, entrepreneurship is your way to go. But if you like financial stability, regular work hours, and a predictable career progression, then employment is of course a better option. And the big end, this is not an either or situation. You could begin or continue your career as an employee, learn a a lot, gain experience, and then at some point venture to entrepreneurship. And you could also go for entrepreneurship while maintaining your full-time job or a part-time job, for example. So this is how I do it. I work between 8 and 10 hours every day for my company, where I'm actually an employee. And I put like 20 or 40 hours per week into my company. And since I'm pursuing MBA, that depends on the MBA workload. But I can't recommend that because it's tough. You know, I work a lot in my company and then I have like 20 to 40 hours per week for my side company plus the MBA. However, I have 4 profiles for you. The first way is you decide to become and stay an employee, and that's totally cool. You can make a ton of money with that. And I have like 2 good friends and models I follow, and they are multimillionaires and they never started any company. They just got the ladder from employment and they made it. It's possible. And even if you don't want to make that much money, you can just chill. You can just work from 9 to 5 every day, and after 5 just go wherever you want or do whatever you want and just chill. You just have to be sure you get paid as much as you can and that you control your finances so that you have a surplus and then you can invest it. By the way, the assets corner is here for that. The second profile is that you decide to stay an employee 100% so that you have your security, your money coming on and learning and stuff, but also you decide to start a business on the side like me. This is a little bit tough, but you profit from both worlds, you know? And in the end, you're learning a lot. If you do it right, you can make a ton of money with that. For example, I invest a lot in my business, and that's some kind of my unfair advantage. But please don't be like me. Don't have an MBA, a company, and working 50 hours because you're gonna get mad. The third profile is that you decide to start an entrepreneurship adventure and have a part-time job. And this is cool if you get a lot of money for the hours that you're working just part-time. Pro tip, learn to code, and not just coding, but also some kind of DevOps stuff. With those 2 skills, you can make between $80 and $150 an hour. And the fourth and final profile is that you decide you want to go all in entrepreneurship because you are super sure of your idea and business. If that's the way you wanna go for it, but know that there are less than 1% of businesses making it. So here's some kind of big brother advice. First, read this book, The New Business Road Test by John Mullins, because I know so many people who fail and I want you to succeed and said in the future, hey, Jack recommended me this book. And second, be sure you have enough money to support your journey. You should be able to pay at least 1 year of your fixed costs. I have a video on budgeting if that's something you want to explore. And by the way, sometimes the thing here doesn't appear, so take a look at the description because it is always there. So in conclusion, the debate between entrepreneurship versus employment doesn't have actually a winner. It's about understanding your options, evaluating your preferences, and making a decision that aligns with your personal and financial goals. And yeah, most of the richest people in the planet are entrepreneurs, but there is a lot of people with enough money who have never been an entrepreneur. Maybe you prefer a chill life over money, and why not? So what matters is that you are willing to commit to your goals, put the effort there, and be prepared to make strategic decisions to secure your financial future. And by the way, there is even more. You could have any of those 4 profiles that I show you and have a side hustle. For that, you can watch the following video where I show you a couple of ideas how to have side hustles that actually bring money. So never give up and keep trying to be the best version of yourself. Check out.